Think about that burger and fries you just ordered on your phone. Seems so simple, right? A few taps and, like magic, food shows up at your door. But what's really going on behind the scenes is this incredibly complex, high-stakes tech journey it's completely changing the restaurant game.
And you have to wonder, right? In those few seconds between your tap and that order confirmed screen, there's this wild digital ballet taking place. And for a long, long time, that ballet was, let's just say it was clumsy. It was chaotic, and it was giving massive headaches to the restaurants just trying to get you your food.
And this quote right here, man, it just nails the problem. The very technology that was supposed to make everything easier, these cloud systems connecting restaurants to the internet, they actually ended up creating this giant, tangled mess. It became super clear that the industry needed to, completely rethink how it was using technology.
So to really get why the new solutions are so smart, we first have to appreciate the chaos. Restaurants aren't just taking orders at the counter anymore. They're juggling a dozen different ways you can order, and believe me, it got messy, fast.
For a lot of restaurants, this is what that digital boom actually looked like. A counter just cluttered with tablets, one for every single delivery app, all beeping and blinking at once. You had staff literally running around, punching orders from one screen into another. It was frantic, and tons of mistakes were made. This wasn't progress, it was just digital overload.
And all that chaos? It really boils down to a few key culprits. Just imagine trying to manage 20 different versions of your menu. You've got one for inside the store, one for your website, and then slightly different ones for every single delivery app. None of the systems talk to each other, so there's no single place to see what's actually going on. They call it menu mayhem, and it's the perfect name for it. This timeline really shows you exactly how we got here. We went from simple cash tills to basic computerized systems. But then, between 2005 and 2019, digital ordering just exploded, and everyone just started bolting on new solutions without a real plan. The amount of data went through the roof, but none of it was connected, which led to that mess we just saw. A new approach wasn't just a nice idea, it was absolutely essential to survive.
Okay, so that was the problem. Now let's look at how it works when it's done right. We're going to follow a single order through a modern, unified system, all the way from your phone screen to the delivery driver's hand.
Every successful order, it turns out, follows these 4 crucial steps. It's a journey from your screen, through the restaurant's digital brain, into the kitchen, and then finally out the door. So let's start at the very beginning.
Step 1 is obviously the app or the website you're using. But the real magic here is something called real-time menu synchronization. The system is constantly checking inventory. So if the kitchen just sold the very last slice of cheesecake, poof, it instantly disappears from the menu on your screen. No more of those super disappointing, sorry, we're actually out of that phone calls. The second you hit order, the back end takes over. This is like the central command center. It double-checks that the items are still in stock, that the price is correct, and it securely handles your payment. It's basically quality control, making sure only a perfect, validated order ever makes it to the kitchen. And this is where the chaos is finally conquered. Instead of an order printing out on some random tablet that a busy employee has to retype, a modern system shoots it directly to the kitchen screens, the KDS. It just appears in the queue, perfectly formatted with all your special requests. This one change gets rid of a huge source of human error.
And finally, logistics. The part we all stare at on our phones. As soon as the kitchen marks the food is ready, the system automatically calls for a driver. At the exact same time, it starts sending you those updates we all love to see. Your order is being prepared, your driver is on the way, and that little map of the car getting closer and closer. It is a completely seamless automated handoff.
So that smooth 4-step journey is only possible because of a really powerful engine running in the background. And that engine is built on one simple but crucial principle: unification. This slide says it all, doesn't it? On the left, you've got the old way, total menu madness, a different system for everything. And on the right, the new way, one single central hub. A manager can go in, change a price, or mark an item as sold out in one spot, and it instantly updates everywhere, on the app, the website, in the store, all of it. And here's why that is so important for the future. When you have a common core engine, you're not just fixing today's problems, you're getting ready for tomorrow. When a new way to order comes along, like say through your smart speaker, you don't have to bolt on yet another messy system. You just plug it into the core. It's all about being ready for whatever comes next.
So how do all these different devices talk to each other so fast? Well, a lot of the time, it's thanks to something called the MQTT protocol.
The easiest way to think about it is like a super efficient text messaging service just for machines. It's incredibly lightweight, so it works even if the restaurant's internet is a bit spotty. It's the secret sauce that lets one message, like your new order, get sent to a whole bunch of different devices all at the same time.
Now, when you unify all these systems, you get something incredibly valuable as kind of a byproduct: clean, unified data. And that data is quickly becoming the most important ingredient in any modern restaurant's recipe for success.
Get this. By 2025, it's projected that 30% of all restaurant sales in the US will be digital. 30%. That is a massive shift. It means nearly a third of a restaurant's entire business is going to leave this rich trail of digital data. The restaurants that can capture and actually understand that data, those are the ones that are going to win.
Because once you have that single source of truth, you can stop guessing and start growing. You can see that a customer always orders a certain side dish, and you can offer them a personalized deal. You can see a product is trending in one city and start promoting it in another. You finally have one single profile for your customers, no matter how they decide to order from you. It's a game changer.
So, what's the next logical step in this evolution? Well, it's taking all of this powerful, unified data and feeding it to an AI. And that gives us a little glimpse into the future of how our food gets made and delivered.
Take the supply chain, for instance. Before, ordering supplies was based on a manager's best guess, which often led to food waste or running out of popular items. Now, AI can look at past sales, local events, even the weather forecast to predict exactly how many burger buns a specific restaurant will need next week. That's a huge deal for efficiency. And this also totally transforms people's jobs. Instead of having sales teams spending their days just manually taking orders and chasing down numbers, AI automates the boring stuff. The system can place routine orders all by itself, and that frees up the human team to focus on strategic growth, finding new partners and building better relationships.
At the end of the day, this isn't just about getting your takeout faster. AI, built on a solid foundation of unified data, is promising a smarter, more efficient, and way more sustainable food supply chain for everybody. We're talking less waste, making sure products are where they need to be, and helping farmers and factories produce just the right amount.
So it all makes you wonder, right? As our restaurants get smarter and smarter, and the supply chain can predict exactly what we want, what does the simple act of deciding what to have for dinner even look like in the future?